So in today's video, I'm actually going to be giving you guys a good old strip and shop. These are all of my sales that sold yesterday, and then we are going to be heading out to the Goodwill outlet to buy new inventory for today because my rack is empty and I do not want to start going into my winter pile just yet. So we have to go to the bins today, unfortunately. If you guys watch my reseller vlog, I kind of discussed that I was pretty tired of going to the bins, which I know, it shocked me too. Something that I've recognized is I am starting to be addicted to going to the bins. That was never really the case before. I literally looked at it like, okay, look, I need inventory to list today, and that's just where we at. But now it's just kind of like, well, I'm going to be missing out on something good if I don't go to the bins, and that's just not healthy. Let's just jump in. So the first thing is actually going to be this Glow top. This is a brand that I have been, testing out here and there, and specifically for this season, I actually was picking up a lot of linen pieces, and honestly, it's a hit or miss. I wouldn't say go pick up everything. However, maybe you should just look into the sell-through rate for that item, that style, that size, because depending on what it is, it will sit. This one didn't take that long to sell. I think within like the 90 days it sold, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I would just say be a smidge cautious when it comes to the Uniqlo pieces. Okay, next one is these Bird Dogs men shorts. I actually sold these maybe like a month ago, and what ended up happening was I sent them the wrong pair, and they got shipped back, and the other pair that I sent them actually sold. So I, of course, sent those out. These came back. I just relisted them, and then they ended up selling again. So I'm not too upset about it. But what ended up happening was I noticed the price point that this actually sold for, and I use Nifty now, and Nifty went in and relisted it and then dropped the price by 5%, I believe, and it sold. So we love that. Or was it 15%? I need to go check. I'm not really sure. The next one is actually this women's Lululemon top. I picked this up because it was a larger size, and I was really happy to find like a larger Lululemon piece. However, this one had a few flaws to it, and I had to bring the price down. So this one kept getting relisted on eBay, and the buyers clearly didn't want it. So Poshmark came through. This person came in and sent me a offer, and I accepted it because it was very reasonable, and it was, more than I was gonna sell it for on eBay. So I was really happy about that. I don't like when the flaps come up on this. This is why I like to tape it up. Okay. All right, these are some these are some Ann Taylor pants. These were new with tags. They were a wide leg, very like office business casual. So I thought I would go ahead and grab it, and I'm glad I did because these did not take long to sell at all. Very quick turnaround, definitely under a month. So I do try to stay away from like Ann Taylor, Loft, and all of that. However, this one just had too many factors to leave behind. It was a really good style, really good colorway, and it was new with tags. So it was just kind of like, I need to pick it up, All right, this one is a brand called Fantastic Fawn. I picked this up several times, and a lot of them sit. So I wouldn't suggest you pick it up unless you check the comps. This one, honestly enough, didn't take long to sell. Maybe 2 months, if that. So I might pick up larger sizes because I think the other sizes were like smalls and mediums. But I think if you can find a size large, I think you can make that work. And then, of course, it has to be like a cute style. This was very like beachy and all of that. So I did play on to that when I was using my keywords. All right, so this is a J. Jill tunic. The reason why I picked this up, even though it is an older tag J. Jill, is because it was a tunic top. It was linen, and it was, like a really good lag and look piece. And the fact that it was like super like oversized, long line, I'm just like, oh, this is perfect. So I went on and grabbed it, even though J. Jill has slowed down significantly from selling for me. I still decided to go ahead and grab it. This one didn't take long to sell either. I didn't have that one listed for long, so We love those little fast turnarounds. All right, so this is from, here we go. This is from 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. This is a style-based pickup, but the brand on this one is called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. Never heard of it, but I decided to go ahead and pick it up because of the style. It was giving very much so everything the girls are looking for right now. And this one got a lot of attention on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂, got a lot of attention on eBay, but nobody really pulled the trigger, and somebody finally bought it. I did drop the price on a lot of my 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 items after watching a call with 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 and just kind of like getting a better understanding that on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂, the seller fees are like a lot less, but you also have to keep in mind that the buyer on their end, they're paying a lot more. So a $15 item will come up to about $32 for them. So almost double the price. So it's just like to be mindful of that. And then you pay a transactional fee. You don't even pay a seller fee because it's 0 seller fees. So you literally just pay the fee that they have to pay the banks, if that makes any sense. So like, y'all know when you go swipe your card at a place, it's like a little 2% fee or something around there that company has to pay. So that's essentially what they're kind of passing off to the seller. But I don't know. So that just kind of had me rethinking my whole like price points on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂. Is like I need to bring them down. So I brought that item down, and it sold you know, through an offer that they sent me, which is not a price point that I actually sell my items for. Y'all know I try to stick to things $20 and over. Sometimes it'll sell for $17, $18, but for the most part, we are not going anywhere close to under $15. But anyways, this is a Jonathan Martin women's like sequins dress. Again, I picked this up due to style, and yeah, I was just really happy with this sale. I also dropped this one down as well because this one had been sitting for a while, and I don't know, like I really want to like establish myself a little bit more on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂, where I'm making at the very least about 20 sales per month, just so I can start tapping into that market, because I do pick up a lot of style-based pieces. And even though the style-based pieces do sell on Poshmark, they sell on Mercari, they sell on eBay, I kind of really want them to sell on 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂, you know. So I am trying really hard over there to kind of bring my prices down, and I did bring the price of this one down, and then they sent me an offer. I went on and accepted it. Okay, this one also was a style-based pickup. This one was just super cute. It was just kind of like a no-brainer pickup. So I did go ahead and grab it. It's a brand that I know nothing about, but the style was just, you know, too good to leave behind. And I paired it with all the right keywords, and I do think that is what helped sell it. And I would absolutely pick this up again. This one did take a little while to sell, which I was pretty shocked about because this style was just perfect, but that's just me being impatient. I think the 90 days is what you absolutely need to give your items, and not, you know, try to push it quicker than that unless you want to sell it for, you know, a lower amount. Okay, the last one is this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 women's top. This one actually sold the following day, so I didn't even get to put this in my inventory because it sold so fast. So we love that. This is a 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕂 top. This one was actually in my dirty clothes pile, but I ended up needing to, wash it. It was like a little bit of color transfer on it. So I washed it, and the flaw came out, and then it ended up flipping the exact same day for my full asking price on eBay. So really good sale. Let me get my Hulk. I use this blue Hulk just as my send to the post office, and then I use it, you know, to source new inventory. And it's so beat up. Like, this thing is leaning. I would not suggest you stuff your Hulkins like how I stuffed mine, because they are leaning to the side. Like, they look so sad. So don't be like me. Now for the second half of the video, we made it to the outlet, and this is a cute little top that I really wanted to pick up. However, I just do not have luck sometimes with the preppy style base, so I did leave that one behind. This one was also really cute. Again, I just can't trust this one to sell, so I left it. This is an hour after sourcing. I didn't go through it just yet, but I was looking in this bin. You know, So this particular day wasn't like terrible, but it wasn't like super exciting. I think I did find a few little gems or whatever, but for the most part, it's just like a simple, you know, bread and butter, a bolo or two, and just kind of like those winter pieces. And speaking of those, like this is the time to start getting those fall pieces listed. But this is a item that I wish it was like 2 years ago because I would have picked it up. However, Spanx does not sell. I just knew I found something good. It's Alice and Olivia, but y'all saw that it had some stains on it, so I had to leave it behind. These are my piles. Of course, I like to keep a pile of things that I'm going to be taking, which is like tops. Then I had bottoms, and then, you know, everything was in order. Anyways, these are the items that I'm leaving behind. For some reason, the comps weren't that good on this 2X tall, so I left it. Comps also wasn't good on this one. This was a 2 petite, and it was like maybe 5% sell-through rate, so I ended up leaving that one behind. This was just a cute little girl's dress. Again, I do enjoy picking up kids clothes, but that one didn't have much going for it. This one I noticed when I did a quick look at all of my items from Cloth and Stone in my personal closet, it wasn't good at all, so I left it behind. This is Torrid. Was gonna do kind of like a style base, but ended up not. I found 2 pairs of Mauve jeans, but the sell-through rate for this exact size was really bad, so I decided to leave both of them there. And yeah, this was a Soma dress. This was so cute, but again, the size and the comps for it was terrible. This one is a brand that I used to do well with, but I've noticed that it has slowed down. This is going to be style-based, but this one had a few flaws, so of course I had to leave it behind. This next one was going to be a new to me brand, really expensive. However, the sell-through rate was not there, so I left that one behind. Chico's Travelers, I did check my closet yet again to see how was it performing, and I still have a few pieces left, so I did end up leaving that one behind. This one was going to be like a style base, but I checked the brand and the size, and it was not performing well, so I did leave that behind. And it was like gonna sell for $10 if I did take it, so I left it. Okay, so I've made it back. For some reason, y'all, my mic isn't working, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and just get a DJI mic versus the little one that I like. This is a brand called Wild or Idle Wind. I've picked this up a few times, but I've only picked up their tops, never their jeans. But I specifically looked at this exact size and style, and the brand was pretty much doing decent for this size. And if you are new here, I like to go off of a like 50% and over when it comes to women's, and then 80% and over when it comes to men's items, just so I can make sure that I'm gonna, you know, sell the item. Because a lot of the times I will price mine strategically to kind of move mine out the door so I can get it, you know, out within a 90-day period. This is IRO, which is a pretty good bolo. This brand has definitely slowed down for me, but this is just like a little mini skirt. I do plan on pairing like some keywords to help sell this one versus it just being the brand. So that is my goal. Okay, this one I actually didn't check comps. It was new with tags. This is size medium. They are a pull-on elastic waist pant, and they are a flare. And like I said, they're new with tags. So this was just kind of like a no-brainer pickup. Even if the comps aren't that good, I'll just price it a little bit lower. Now this is going to be a bundle set sale. So what I ended up doing, this is Susan Graver, by the way. So Susan Graver is really known for their liquid knit. So if you ever come across it, just make sure you put that in the title. But these are some liquid knit pants. They are 2 different styles. Now, unfortunately, they are a size small and they're petite. So what I did was I went into eBay and I plugged in Susan Graver liquid knit pants. Then I put size small and then petite, and then I specifically looked at what was listed and what was sold and what was the price point. And I do think I'm going to be able to get at least about $25 to $30 for this bundle. So that is my goal. This one I'm excited about, but I'm also nervous. It is the orange tab, and it has like this Levi's patch on it. Now, these are women's jeans, and they are like a wide leg style, probably like 70s. They do have this flaw right in the front, but I don't think that it is terrible. I think the people that probably left it assumed that it was probably like a period stain, but this is absolutely not a period stain. So I went on and grabbed them, and I'm excited to see how they're gonna perform. I'm also gonna still list them with the discoloration on the thigh. All right, this is Vince. Definitely not a brand you should pick up, but these are just like some trouser jogger pants. What intrigued me is that I thought these were gonna be a silk blend, but it is a fabric called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. I've never heard of it, but it's 62% 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 and then 38% cotton. This is a size 2, so I'm gonna look into that fabric and see what it's actually made of because I'm interested. All right, this one was kind of exciting. So I went to the newest bin that everybody had just left, and I was really happy to find these. So this is Skims, and when I was looking at it, I'm just kind of like, this looks familiar, and I'm like, wait, I think that's Skims, and it's just a flare pull-on pant. These are like some sheer pants. I didn't even check the sell-through rate. I just know that it's Skims. Oh, I also found this in the same bin. This is Quince, size medium. These are just like some linen wide leg pull-on pants. I'm gonna hurry up and get these listed because we are in the season. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I only really went to the bins today because I'm not ready to start listing my winter items. So there's that. This is J. Jill, size 4X. These are just like some plus size pull-on elastic waist pants. I think these are like a capri ankle style. So grab those. I didn't even check the comps on that one. I didn't check the comps on this. This is a vintage like Hawaii dress. Super cute moment. It's made in the US, so it's a cute little number. Oh, this is for me. It's just a little slip dress. I told y'all I love wearing slip dresses and dresses to sleep, so I prefer those. All right, this is from Neiman Marcus, but the brand is called Diamond T, and ironically enough, these are performing well when it comes to the comps, not necessarily the sell-through rate, but I figured the sell-through rate wouldn't be that great just because we are in the season of like summertime. This is going to be more of a fall and winter piece because it is like a fleece robe house coat dress. So I saw them ranging between $25 to like $80. So that is my goal, is to make sure I get that price point for it. This is CNC California, 100% linen, button down, extra large top. Oddly enough, I've been selling a lot of linen pieces still in July, so I am gonna still pick them up until I start seeing them decline. And the main reason why I grabbed that one is because it was a larger size. I did check comps and it was over 60%, so I thought that that was good enough. This is Abercrombie & Fitch. This is like a chunky knit sweater. It does have like that surplus style in the front, and then it has lace to it. So I plan on using like coquette in it, ballet core and stuff like that. I will have to bring the price down because I did specifically look up coquette with Abercrombie & Fitch and it wasn't looking so good. So I'm gonna have to make sure I price that one accordingly. This one is a kid's brand called Justice, but the size is an 18. So at best this can fit like a medium, but it's just like this lace cami, and then it has lace to the trim, and it's like a baby doll style as well. So just that alone helped me decide I want to go ahead and get it. This is Janie Jack. This is a kid's brand that I do enjoy selling. This one is going to be really good for like the winter time. It's just like this sweater knit dress, very much so like prairie, you know, vibes. So this one I did go against comps on. The brand is called Original Anthony. This is a plus size, and I believe this is like a mini dress. So maybe it could be a mini dress, but I'm probably going to market it like a tunic dress. But it had like all of this beading and sequins to the front, so I decided to go ahead and grab it. I'm just gonna price it a little bit lower. The pieces that I noticed that were still listed, they didn't look as good as mine, so I'm hoping that that would be the issue. This is Athleta, size medium. I did go back and forth on whether or not I wanted to grab this just because it is from 2018, but this is kind of like one of those styles where it ties. So I will have to probably pop it on the screen by the time I'm editing this because I don't really know how that is supposed to look while I'm, you know, sitting here doing this. All right, this is Bonabos. Definitely a pretty oversaturated brand for men's. I'll be honest, I did not check the comps or the sell-through rate. I was pretty confident because this is a cotton and cashmere blend, and it's a size large. It's a quarter zip, and quarter zips do amazing in the fall and winter. So just a note there. All right, this is a vintage like corset moment. Now this is like a plus size one, so this is like a 42D, I want to say, and that's why I got it. I did see a few like listed, and then a decent amount sold, so at the very least about 25 to 30 for this. Not that bad. All right, this is a style-based pickup, but I'm gonna market it to both people. This is J. Jill, and it's kind of like this open knit, like long sleeve top. And yeah, definitely plan on marketing to like the grunge girls and all of that. That's the goal. All right, this is Polo Ralph Lauren, size medium. This is a like sweater vest. Ironically enough, I specifically checked the comps on sweater vest, size medium, you know, Polo Ralph Lauren, and they were actually doing really well for it to be like, you know, summertime. And yeah, so I went on and grabbed that one. This is Cuddle Dud. The sell-through rate was amazing, surprisingly. It was like one listed and a whole bunch of them sold. So this is a Cuddle Dud like sweater situation, kind of like a tunic. It is a 3X, so I think that alone is what really prompt people to buy it, because it is a plus size. All right, this is Victoria's Secret. This is the gold label, which is from the 80s, and it's just this really pretty robe. I was gonna leave it, and it's like a jacquard print, but they kept the waist tie, so I'm just like, oh, let me go ahead and grab it. I have to learn my lesson. The only time I pick up like pieces that don't have the you know, the tie with it is if it's like one of those vintage like Chinese, Japanese robes that have like cranes and stuff on it. That's the only time. I'll leave some basketball shorts for my baby daddy. Okay, oh, this is another. So like I told y'all, I like to wear like really large sleep shirts when I come home from the bins, and I can just put on something versus just still wearing my clothes, because I just like to be comfy. Okay, so this is a cute little knit front top. That might be the back, actually. I don't know, but it's open knit. Actually, no, it's not. I don't know why I thought it was open knit. But yeah, it has like a lace up back, and it's just like completely see-through. Definitely like an indie sleeves moment. All right, this is Vicky V, and this is similar to Chico's Travelers, but this particular brand in size 2X and over do really well. So if you see it, pick it up. Price it correctly, but pick it up. All right, this is Ralph Lauren Sport. This is a merino wool and cashmere blend, and this one is definitely going to be marketed to like the preppy, tennis prep, and all of that. That's definitely a good keyword to use moving into fall. Actually, it's a good keyword to use all around. Like, prep is perfect. Anyways, I don't care about the brand, but this is one of those like you know, tunics that you know, people be wearing. But I plan on marketing this a different way. So it's just a cute little tunic with a nice little keyhole there. It's embroidery to the chest, and it's very lightweight sheer paisley fabric. And yeah, this absolutely could be a Johnny Was piece. All right, this is a huge Polo brand. Now, I already have one listed, but I did price it high. So this is one of those brands that you will have to wait for the right buyer. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it is a kind of like an artsy lag and look type of piece. And it's just a long sleeve pink top. I think the other one that I have is blue. All right, this one is a style-based pickup. The brand is called New York and Company, but I picked this up due to style. Definitely going to be using cottage with it, and probably like gremlin core, goblin core. All right, and then the last thing I got was also a style-based pickup. This is from a brand called CH Classics. This is actually a cashmere and silk blend. If you've ever felt a cashmere and silk blend, I feel like that is probably the best combo of fabric. Like, it feels amazing and just so luxurious. But this one also going to be, you know, going to like that preppy vibe, academia and stuff like that, because it is like a brown cable knit moment. It is short sleeve, so I think that that is going to add a little less value, but I think the cashmere and silk is going to do it. But that is all that I got. I think I paid $56 for 24 pounds. When I put my Hulkin on the scale, it was 26. So 4 pounds minus 26 is 22. I said 4 pounds. And then, of course, she asked me again, like, is it only clothes? And I'm like, yes. I said, you can check if you want to. And she said, I'm just making sure that people are being honest out here. I'm like, I only pick up clothes to sell. If I pick up anything that is not clothes, I'm going to put it on the front on the little white bin. Like, girl. So I think she wanted me again to just throw it in the thing, but I wasn't doing that today. But honestly, since she overcharged me, I might need to start doing it, because she clearly can't count, and she did say that she'll get me next time, but I feel like next time it's probably not going to be any good, because if she takes 2 pounds off, let's say I get over 25 pounds without the Hulkin, she's going to take 2 pounds off, and now I still have to pay more. So I'm kind of either way it goes. So I just essentially just lost $5. But that's okay. It is what it is. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please let me know down below what was your favorite item from my haul. And then let me know what was your favorite item that you have sourced so far this month. And yeah, I will see you on the next one.